Hi, welcome back. So, this is the first video that we've done after our website launch. If you've not had a chance to look at that, why not check that out? Links in the description. So, we thought we'd use these moulds. We'd intended on using them coaster moulds, but they're actually quite deep. They're almost a centimetre deep, these, so they'd make ideal paperweights or just little things for decorative pieces. So up to you if you use what we've made as coasters or paperweights or just decorative pieces for your home. You can see here I'm just giving them a bit of a clean out there with a wipe, and we use the tough wipes from B&Q. So that's our local DIY place here. Obviously you can use what you prefer to use, alcohol, maybe a bit of isopropyl alcohol spritzed on some kitchen towel, and also of course you can just go around with a bit of tape trying to pick up all the little bits of debris. So, got some leftover resin here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this was getting very warm. It was very thick and I wasn't sure it's going to work. So this is very much was a let's use it to see if this is going to work. So as you can see there, it's very thick. It's Tea Expert resin, which is the brand we normally use. Not sponsored, by the way, either. Going to add in a little bit, when you can ever have a little bit of glitter. Some iridescent white glitter, and that's going to dissolve almost into this resin, stirring it in really well here. And it's not white when it's mixed in with the resin. It just gives little pops of that lovely golden greens colour. And I'm going to pour this into the base of these moulds. Now, I'm almost doing this in a bit of reverse order, if you know what I mean. We're sort of trying to do the top first, the bottom last. Anyway, hopefully you'll follow along. So you can see here as I'm trying to pour this, divide it up equally as I can between these four moulds. Trying to get this resin to spread out. And this was curing. It was curing in that mixing cup as I was trying to pour it out. So it was just like, oh my goodness, is this going to work? And it was at this point I just thought, I'm going to have to use the heat tool. Now, I've never used a heat tool to spread resin around. So this was a first for me. So, don't come at me because I'm holding the tool too close to the resin and so on. But this resin, it's a very thin coat and it's very, very thick. And I wasn't convinced that if I just let it self-level, it would find its way completely to the outer edges of these moulds. And of course, I wanted an even cure. So, of course, you could just help it around with a stir stick or, if you've got the micro brushes, you could use those as well. You could give it a bit of a spritz with some isopropyl alcohol because that stops the surface tension from building up and helps it display a bit. But here we go. So here's me going to use the heat tool that we've got. So this isn't a torch. This is just, it's warm air. Now, I was holding it over the resin and I thought this resin isn't moving, so I've gone in a bit closer. Obviously, do be careful when you're using anything like this. Obviously, never ever go in this close if you've got a torch with resin because it'll catch fire. But this is just hot air that this is passing down over it. So I made sure that it was, I don't know if you can see it actually moving around, but the resin is moving around. The heat is just pushing it out to the outer edges, which is great. So here's a little bit of a clip of a close-up. Unfortunately, the tool does get in the way quite a bit, so I have cut it halfway through. But I am literally just pushing the resin, persuading it out to the outer edges. Now, once I was completely happy with that, I did give it another little spritz with some isopropyl alcohol and then made a choice. Now, butterflies, one of my favourite things, of course. Made a choice of between 4 butterflies. These are PET stickers. I'm not actually going to bother taking the backing off of them because I'm not sticking them down to anything. I'm going to face them downwards. So the beautiful decorated side down onto the top of that resin. That resin is very, very thick. Lightly pressing it, hoping and praying at this point I wasn't introducing lots of air, so we'd have lots of bubbles. Now, I'm not going to lie, there are a few bubbles in the finished pieces, but I actually don't think they detract from the overall effect. So that's 2 done. Now I'm just going to bring the other mould over. In case you're wondering why this mould has been cut, it used to have 2 more of them in between. So it was a set of 6 and they were all in one piece, complete piece. But the 2 in the middle were ruined because, not by us, they were like it when they arrived. Fortunately, they'd vacuum packed them and folded them in half right across the middle of 2 of the moulds. So those 2 moulds are not usable. But anyway, I digress. All I'm doing now, I've placed all the butterflies face downwards onto that lovely glittery resin, and just carefully using that micro brush just to press it down a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, so it meets the top, the surface of the butterfly just meets the resin, and hopefully getting rid of any little air pockets that might have crept in there or little bubbles. But you know, you'll see from the finish bit on the thumbnail, if you've looked in closely enough, you'll see there are a few in the finished pieces. But as I said before, it doesn't detract at all from the finished articles, from the finished pieces. So just giving it a little bit more. Now I have sped this bit up because obviously I took my time. Wanted to make sure that I did this to the best of my ability. You can probably see some of the resin squidging, I love that word, squidging out from the butterflies. There we go. So it's at this point I then reached for the isopropyl alcohol again and just gave it another little spritz. There we are. Just trying to make sure that they've got no little bubbles, or doing the best I could to make sure. Now these are beautifully preserved hydrangea flowers that have been dyed. They are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Very, very delicate though. And what you can also see to the left of me is some that have left over from a project that you'll see in a future video that Wayne did. So a little spoiler there. So as you can see, all I've done is just got out some pieces out of that container and then placing them down onto the resin. Now don't forget, the resin isn't completely cured. What it's doing here, it's acting a bit like glue. If you've got any long stem bits, I was just snipping them off there with the snips. Now I did also think about trying to add in some of the little acrylic flowers there and so on, as you can see me, but they sank down and they were just too big. They were too deep. Now if you've got them singular, what Wayne had done for his project is, without giving too much away, he'd glued the same colours together, so he'd got double depth to them, and that wasn't quite working for this. So I decided not to use those and just pressed on ahead with putting those lovely, beautiful hydrangea flowers in. Now, you could, of course, incorporate a bit of green foliage. This is a time-lapse now of me doing the rest of it because it took me a while. The resin, don't forget, is acting a bit like a glue. I was just at this point trying to make sure that I'd got enough of these beautiful, delicate little flowers in over the surface so that it almost completely covered the surface. Here is a bit of a close-up. I'll just get rid of that little bit of stalk there. And yeah, so I mean, nothing to stop you from using ferns if you want to use ferns and things like that. But obviously do make sure they have been dried, pressed, preserved before you use them. So there we are. They look stunning. I've got another one there. These colours are beautiful. You can get them in a whole variety of colours, of course. Everything as usual that we've used in today's video will be linked in the description box. With any discount codes, should we have any? I don't think we have currently. I think the only discount code that's still valid at the moment is for BB Craft. But, you know, any that we do have, whether they're now or in the future, will always be listed in the description boxes for you. So we are a little bit of a flyover. I've done the others, as you can see. I then left those for 24 hours so that they completely cure. And then handed over to Wayne. Now, this is Wayne. He is just looking at them, checking them. And he's made up some more Tea Expert resin. So there's regular epoxy resin. The brand is Tea Expert, 1:1 mixing ratio. And he's added in some of that white pigment paste. Because we wanted a solid colour to back these so that the butterflies and all those beautiful little flowers would really pop, really show up well. So just carefully pour the resin in. He poured it in right to the top of the moulds. So these, as I said, these if they're coasters, they're quite chunky. They're quite chunky. Of course, you can use whatever colours you like. You could put a thin coat of clear resin and then maybe put a chameleon flake or powder over the back and then back that with black. That would give a very dramatic effect indeed. But the effect we wanted, I just wanted it to look like the butterfly was flying or hovering on these beautiful hydrangea flowers. And I actually think that we've managed to achieve that look. So here he is. He's just filled up the second mould there. Obviously, bits of these video have been sped up because you don't need to sit and watch him filling up moulds for 5 minutes at a time. Just going round the outer edges of the moulds there with a micro brush, trying to make sure that all the bubbles aren't trapped. Now, I'm not going to lie. The bubbles, oh my goodness me, the bubbles. Yeah, I sat and babysat it for about nearly an hour. And bubbles still kept coming up. So this is Wayne just filling up the other two as well. Yeah, the bubbles were definitely an issue with this, even though the resin itself had been put through the degassing machine that we have. It's still where you've got places that they can get trapped, where air bubbles got trapped in between all those petals and flowers and so on. Now, as I said, I babysat them for about an hour, kept removing the bubbles and so on. This is 24 hours later. We have got a couple of little bubbles, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying, but there we go. So just carefully demoulding these. Now that gold paint is again from the next project video. It is dry. Before anyone starts panicking, it is dry. And there we go. Yeah, we've got a couple of little bubbles, which is a shame, but sometimes it's just inevitable. No matter how careful you are, you might get a couple of little bubbles. So we've also got a little bit of a raised lip around the edge, which you could get rid of using a deburring tool or maybe an emery board, just as a sort of small nail file. Now, I was reaching for my deburring tool, which of course I couldn't find. So then opted to use a emery board just to file down that slightly sharp edge. But here we go with the reveal. Now look at that. Now I thought, oh my goodness me, we've got a million little tiny micro bubbles, and then realised, no we haven't, that's the glitter. We have got a few bubbles there, but I actually don't think they detract. Now the thing that was annoying me at this point was I could see an irregularity in the way that the resin had cured. The surface is completely smooth, but it looks like we've got a dip in certain sections of this one. And in fact, we've got it the same with the other one. I'm just hoping I didn't use the damaged moulds that we had rather than the ones that aren't damaged. But all the same, I actually don't think it's that noticeable. And these will be up for sale. They'll be as part of the spring-summer collection, which will be launching towards the end of March. Now, as you can see a bit more easily there, we've got a few bubbles, but you know, you could say that's the dew on the petals of the flowers. But I love those. I love the way it looks. I'm glad we went for a solid white back. We might, once we've just trimmed them, you see how thick and deep those are. Once we've trimmed them down, we might actually put maybe some cork on the back of them, or perhaps some white self-adhesive felt, say it correctly, Laura, on the backs of them, just to protect them. And yeah, I think you could use these as paperweights, or maybe some decorative pieces, or even coasters. But look, I mean, I like this. I think these are beautiful. I can't wait to use these little hydrangea flowers in other colours as well. Maybe incorporate some green into the next ones, perhaps. But look at that. So this is the fourth one. Again, very happy with the way this one's cured, apart from the fact you've got the odd little bubble. Yeah, I think absolutely stunning. Really, really pleased. What colour combinations would you use? Have you ever tried to use these kinds of moulds before? You know, have you got any tips for making sure that you don't get bubbles? I mean, we thought we'd covered all the bases regarding that, but there we go. So there they are, all four of them together. Let Go, a bit of a flyover video now, or shot of all 4 of them. Excuse the reflection. It was one of the rare bright days at the moment here in the UK, considering it's winter time. So this is me just showing you sanding the edges, and that is an emery board or a nail file. That's what I tend to like to use. Sometimes I find deburring tools can be a bit too, even if you're trying to be gentle, they can be a bit too aggressive and you end up with little notches and things. But we have got a new tool arriving a bit later on today, and it's a desk tool, but it's a sander and polishing kit for use with resin. So we'll let you know how that works, what sort of results we get with that. But here we go for the first of 2 of the final beauty shots. So if you've joined us today, just want to say thank you. Hopefully you've liked, shared and subscribed. Drop us a comment, say hi. If you joined us in the live chat for the premiere of this, hello to everybody in the live chat as well. We've got another video coming on Sunday at 5 p.m. UK time. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and I hope you're having a good week. Have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.